Jan-Michael Gambill, Coco Gauff enters WTA Finals with mental edge. This year's WTA Finals will attract a lot of attention from the public, as we will be watching the 8 best tennis players in the world. Although the public has the highest expectations for world number 1, Aryna Sabalenka, it is clear that there are many quality tennis players who want to reach the trophy in Riyadh. The tournament will start in a few days on November 1st, and you can already feel the tension before the start of the prestigious competition. Famous tennis figures analyze and give predictions regarding this tournament, and one of them is Jan-Michael Gambill. Speaking about the competition in this tournament, he singled out several names, highlighting Amanda Anisimova, who he believes can make a positive result. "I like her indoors. She has clean ball striking. I think it's a really open field, and that is what this tournament is about." Speaking about mental strength, Gambill emphasizes that Coco Gauff has an advantage in this aspect, which could ultimately be crucial in the tournament. "Sometimes at the end of the year, it is about mental toughness, and that's what Coco Gauff has in spades." He continued. Chanda Rubin shares her forecast. Former Australian Open semi-finalist Chanda Rubin shared her opinion, believing that someone from the shadows can dominate the tournament, like Madison Keys. Rubin also mentioned Jessica Pegula, who has been consistent throughout the season and knows how to maintain her form when she is in rhythm. Playing in the top 8 is certainly challenging, but mental strength and quality can surface if you stay focused until the very end. As usual, huge attention will be focused on Coco Gauff, given that she is the winner of last year's WTA Finals, defeating Qinwen Zheng in the final 3-6, 6-4, 7-6. Does the American have the strength and potential to win again? It remains to be seen. As the tennis world turns its focus to Riyadh for the 2025 WTA Finals, all eyes are once again on Coco Gauff, the American sensation who has not only carried the torch of U.S. women's tennis but also redefined what it means to be mentally unshakable on the court. Among those who've taken note of her evolution is former ATP pro and respected commentator Jan-Michael Gambill, who believes that Gauff's greatest weapon heading into the finals is not her forehand, serve, or speed, but her mental edge. Gambill, known for his keen insight into player psychology, recently shared that Gauff has entered a rare zone of confidence and calm, the kind that often precedes greatness. "You can see it in her demeanor," he explained. "She's not just playing matches anymore, she's controlling them with her mind as much as her racket. That's the mark of a champion ready to peak at the right time. A season of mastery, not perfection." It hasn't been a flawless year for Coco Gauff, and that's precisely what makes her so dangerous now. The 21-year-old American has faced the ups and downs of a long season, early round losses, tough draws, and even some public scrutiny over her playing style. Yet, rather than cracking under pressure, she's used each setback as fuel. In interviews, Gauff has often spoken about embracing imperfections. "I've learned that being perfect isn't the goal, being present is," she said earlier this year. That subtle shift in mindset, Gambill suggests, is what separates Gauff from many of her peers. The ability to reset mentally after a tough loss, to keep learning, that's maturity, he said. Coco's developed a champion's mind. Her 2025 campaign was punctuated by grit and adaptability. Whether it was coming from behind to beat Iga Swiatek in Miami, handling the pressure of defending her U.S. Open semifinal points, or adjusting her tactics mid-match against hard-hitting rivals like Elena Rybakina and Aryna Sabalenka, Gauff has shown poise well beyond her years. The new era of Coco. Jan-Michael Gambill often notes that Gauff's evolution mirrors what he calls the second stage of a great player's journey, when raw talent gives way to strategic mastery. "She's thinking 3 points ahead now," he said. "It's chess, not checkers." Gauff's collaboration with coach Brad Gilbert has also been instrumental. Gilbert's trademark winning ugly philosophy, centered on mental fortitude and problem-solving, seems tailor-made for Gauff's fiery yet focused personality. Together, they've fine-tuned her ability to manage matches emotionally, staying composed even in chaotic moments. During her hard-court run this summer, one could see the transformation unfold in real time. Gone were the moments of visible frustration after missed chances. Instead, Gauff's body language remained calm, her eyes steady, her gestures minimal. "That's mental discipline," Gambill said. "It's contagious. When your opponent sees you unbothered, it can break them faster than a forehand winner." Why the mind matters more in Riyadh. The WTA Finals is unlike any other tournament, not just because it gathers the best 8 players in the world, but because the format tests endurance, adaptability, and nerves. Every player there is physically elite. The differentiator? Mental sharpness. Players arrive tired. The conditions can be tricky. Every match feels like a final, Gambill noted. That's where Coco's mental edge becomes lethal. In Riyadh's slow indoor conditions, matches tend to turn into long tactical battles. Patience and emotional control often determine the outcome. For Gauff, whose maturity and focus have become her trademarks, this plays right into her strengths. Her ability to manage momentum, a skill that plagued her early in her career, has become her superpower. She now understands when to push, when to hold back, when to neutralize power hitters, and when to unleash her own. She's not rushing, Gambill said. She's trusting the process, trusting her preparation. Lessons from experience. Perhaps the most significant transformation in Coco Gauff isn't just tactical or technical, it's philosophical. She's learned to treat tennis not as a battle against others, but as a dialogue with herself. After her 2023 US Open triumph, Gauff faced enormous expectations. Fans wanted more Grand Slam titles, more dominance, more headlines. But she's handled that spotlight with quiet wisdom. "I stopped comparing my timeline to others," she once said. "Everyone's journey is different." Gambill believes that perspective is what keeps her grounded. When you understand that tennis is a long game, a career not a sprint, you stop panicking over one loss or one bad match. That's where true confidence comes from. The intangible factor, belief. Tennis is a sport built on belief, the invisible energy that separates the top 5 from the rest of the pack. And in Gambill's eyes, Gauff's belief system has never been stronger. "She walks onto court expecting to win," he said. "That's not arrogance, that's belief built from preparation. When you've put in the work, you don't hope to win, you expect it." That quiet conviction will be crucial in Riyadh, especially against rivals who've tested her resolve before, players like Swiatek, Rybakina, and Sabalenka. Gauff has lost to each of them in big matches, but she's also learned from each loss. "Every time she plays one of those women, you can see the adjustments," Gambill observed. "That's the mark of someone who's learning faster than her opponents. Eyes on the prize, but heart in the right place." While the headlines in Riyadh will focus on trophies and rivalries,